Hi there and welcome to my run through of my code. So this is the head, the style sheet, and the JavaScript overlays using these two lines. And then this is the title. The navbar, the URL style inside the class is used to get rid of the bullet points from the honored list. So this is the about me link, contact me link, and why work link, which is displayed here. An image of my face, a portrait, which is centered on the screen using CSS. In the center tag right here, width 50, border radius 50, padding top. Just put it in the center of the screen, but it does vary for every user, which is nice. Or depending on the monitor size, it will put it either higher up the screen or middle, lower on the screen to create a nice effect. So this class is about my name, very common student developer. And then you've got the socials class columns. This is providing links to all the social medias I own. And the image SRC, sorry, this is just the links to the images. So it creates a nice button effect. The target blank opens that in a new tab. So the user's not taken off the website. Same again here with the links to the style sheet and title in the same navbar. So this is my div class on my history. Basically another heading, my history, and then the paragraph all about my history. The iframe is the map I've included of my little town I live in. Just for great like reference of where I live, and it's got lazy loading, so it loads in slower, not to make the website too slow. And then my ambitions, another header and another paragraph based on the ambitions I own. Next is my passion list, which is on the right side of the website. So I've used the text align right styling just here, just to remind myself rather than put it in there. Styling. UL style list type or circle, so it gets rid of the bullet points and make it more of a professional circle looking one with nothing in the middle of it, and just makes the website look more clean. Again, with my list of all of my passions, and then a paragraph below about why I enjoy these passions. Another div class on the images. So these images are all images I've taken myself, which go below my passions, which relate to them. And inside styling, I've made them into like a nice box model. So they're all closely linked together with small padding. And below, I've got a likes and dislikes table with a header. So this basically is a large table showing my likes and dislikes, just to get a better understanding of me. Next is the contact me page, again with the same navbar and links to the style sheet of JavaScript. So here we've got a container with the form action, and the labels it goes above where the user inputs. So the first name is where they did, it's just the title above where they input. The placeholder is your name. That's where you type your name, and like that's where the users type. It's the exact same for these two. And this is the country, so the user has to actually select which country they're from. Just in case I need to do a project that's a bit different, or just for anything really. And this is where the subject is like written. It's the same as the above two here. And this is the input type and the submit to submit the form. And then we've got a header for the social media icons. This is, and again, it's just written, this is the same as the first page with the exact same images and the exact same links to take you to certain links of mine to see my other work or my other lifestyles. And then this is my work page. So this is where I've displayed all the work. Again, the same link to the styling and the same title and the same nav bar. So this is the table it displays first of all the video. This is the video type, which is MP4, and this is the class. If I just wanted to simply edit this one, this tag is for if the browser does not support the video. This will display to the user instead. This is my text. I've written about the actual vending machine itself that I wrote and what I joined about it. And this is a link to the YouTube where I actually made. You can see a walkthrough of me making it. Um, this is the same again, the exact same as the one above, um, with images also for the links to get a better understanding of. It's just a small little link image to just show the user as an actual link. And then we've got below is the same again, but two versions of images rather than videos. It's actually screenshots of the projects, but then the link provides a lot further information. And again, we've got the footer like every other page. So the styling, HTML is the styling throughout the entire website. This is consistent on every single page. This is for the title, my name that goes above all the pages of the website. This is when you hover over the nav bar, the color changes. And this is a header when it aligns the text to the center. Um, Keyframes. This allows the nav bar to like go in and out of colors. So I've chosen very similar colors because it just makes a nice gradual effect. Um, this is the nav bar code as well. So this is the animation name is nav. Animation duration is 20 seconds. It will then rerun again after that in the iteration count for 20 times. And after that, it will stop. An auto margin and the font family is slightly different to the rest of the website. So the list floats on the left. This is the nav bar again. This is the list inside of the nav bar. And this is I've just decorated it here with none and padding and text align and some just a color shade. Center I've already gone over, which is on the home page. My passion list floats on the left with a width of 50% and padding 125 on the top. This makes sure that it stays on the right side of the website and doesn't just move over to the left when the screen's adjusted size. Paragraph 3, this is again the same, it floats left with 50% width. This is the paragraph underneath the passion list, so it has to be on the same side just to make sense and look neat. So name, this is the initial name on the website, so it aligns in the center. There's a padding of 10 pixels below the image. The same font and a larger font size just to really iterate my name. And then we've got the My History tab, which is on About Me. This is on the left side of the other one, which is on the right side. The Passion's on the right, width on the left. So again, 50% width, floating left, and padding on the top's the same. Making it neat. The iframe floats left with a width of 98%. This is the map underneath My History, which shows the little town. The social buttons, they display a flex. Margin left 45%, margin right 50%. This is because the first image aligns perfectly, but then the rest follows a bit. They have to move more to the left. Padding in the column of 5 pixels just to make it a little separation. The footer here is consistent throughout the entire website. It's got a slightly different color just to make it stand out. The scroll bar has a width of 10%, 10 pixels, sorry. The box shadow is a little change from the website color, very brief. And the border radius is 10 pixels to make it not too big. The background is white to stand out against the rest when you need from a scroll bar, because otherwise you won't be able to see it. And this is when you hover over it, it remains the same color, not to confuse the user. So the ambitions again is floating left with 50% width. This is to ensure that it stays underneath the history and it just stays above the table. This is the image row. So just flex display allows them to be flexible. And the padding on the top of 50% ensures they're not too close to the image above, the text above. The left and right auto margin makes sure they're the same distance from both. And it's aligned with the center. So the flex is 25%, allowing for 4 images within the column, with a padding of 5%, make sure the images don't stick together. So the padding on the table is to make sure it doesn't actually reach the top of the page because it's quite far down the bottom. There's a width of 100% to ensure the table is its max size, and the border of 1 pixel solid with a little change in color. These are both aspects of the table to ensure they align on the right and have a little bit of padding to make sure they don't sit together. Heading 5 is just a bit down from the padding and the center of the text is aligned. So this is for the contact form. The form is 100% width, padding of 12%, border margin. This is basically to ensure that the table's like the right size and all the inputs are correct. Same with these two again. This is the background color of the input button when you hover over it. And then the final container is a border radius of 5, background color of lighter white, and a larger margin top, just to make sure the form um, looks smart and safe. And then the headers, SM, headers social media, is just aligned in the center. This is the initial page when you load onto the website. It's got all the links to my certain channels and everything which works. Onto the About Me section. You can see the nav bar is slowly changing color. It's a very subtle effect, but I believe it looks very nice and clean. The title also reminds everyone whose website this is, just to make sure they can't forget. So we also have the fixed position on the nav bar, so you can move between pages at any time. The scroll bar, being white, really stands out against the more boring, basic ones, and fits perfectly nice next to the little gap I've left with the nav bar, so you can see the scrolling text. All of the text is aligned up here. The map works, and you can scroll in and do that. 4 personal images I've taken are all lined up next to each other very cleanly to show off my passions. My ambitions is just here, and then the table full of my likes and dislikes is down below with the footer. Into the work page. It's right there. My laptop just glitched. So when you come onto the page about my work, it will display the video. It can be put picture in picture as well for someone that might want to have it here whilst we're viewing the rest of the website. It's all accompanied by talking about the website as well as a link to each of them. Um, and the final page, and sorry, there's been loads of issues with my laptop running. For the final page, it's the contact me form, so you can submit all this work for a response to me, as well as the links below.